Welcome to GasEd. Today, we will be discussing why command line tools beat APIs and MCPs for AI agents and how this changes how businesses build AI workflows. Look, as small business owners leaning into automation, you know the drill. You want tools that are cost-effective, hyper-reliable, and super easy to deploy. Well, this explainer is going to show you exactly how to nail that down.
All right, let's just jump right into our agenda. We're going to cover 1. The AI workflow problem, 2. APIs versus MCPs versus CLIs, 3. Why CLIs win for agents, 4. Introducing printing press, and finally, 5. Building custom business workflows.
Starting off with Section 1, the AI workflow problem, bleeding money through token bloat.
So here's the reality. Current AI tool integrations are secretly bleeding your business dry. Seriously, you're losing money and efficiency through massive token bloat. The fix? A command line interface, or CLI. Now, before we get too deep into the weeds here, a CLI is simply a way to command tools using typed text. And honestly, it turns out to be the ultimate secret to building leaner, faster AI agents. Now, you might be used to clicking around a fancy dashboard, but a command line interface lets software talk directly to software. It's not exactly a new concept, it's been around for decades, but as you'll see, it is natively built for the exact way AI agents think and operate.
To really put this token bloat problem into perspective, just look at this number, 132,000. That massive number represents the raw data dump a typical API throws right back at your AI agent when you ask for something incredibly simple, like pulling a few recent community posts. It completely pollutes your context window. It's literally like someone handing you an entire city phone book when all you asked for was one single phone number. But when you use a CLI for that exact same request, it summarizes the action into just 2,000 tokens of clean text. That means absolutely none of that excess data hits your agent's context window, which saves you a massive amount on session limits and API costs.
Moving right along to Section 2, APIs versus MCPs versus CLIs, the showdown.
This perfectly illustrates the current tech landscape. Look, APIs are built for code. MCPs, or Model Context Protocols, are built for human tools. But CLIs? They are natively built for autonomous agents where you are actually paying by the token. If you've been sitting there assuming that standard APIs or those trendy new MCP servers are the absolute best way to connect your agents to the internet, well, this breakdown shows exactly why that assumption might actually be hurting your bottom line.
Just look at the stark inefficiency of the alternatives here. APIs overwhelm your agent with unreadable, messy code dumps that just eat up your entire token budget. On the flip side, Model Context Protocols force your system to process 50 irrelevant tool descriptions before executing a single task. Like, sure, MCPs offer great discovery features, but loading up all those descriptions when you aren't even invoking them? That's just pure context bloat, plain and simple.
All right, on to Section 3. Why CLIs win for agents, the hard data. This is where it gets really interesting. As complex tasks get harder, benchmark data proves that CLIs maintain a flawless 100% reliability rate. Meanwhile, those bloated MCPs, they fail nearly 30% of the time, dropping all the way down to a 72% success rate. And let's be real, when you're building critical workflows for your small business, a 28% failure rate is simply unacceptable. You need your agents to execute flawlessly every single time.
Furthermore, for the exact same task, an MCP uses a staggering 35 times more tokens than a CLI. That drastically drives up your operational costs. Really think about that multiplier for a second. If you're paying per token for your AI agents to run tasks in the background all day long, utilizing an MCP instead of a CLI is effectively multiplying your software bill by 35 for absolutely no added benefit. Crazy, right?
So, CLIs win because they deliver pre-formatted, clean text outputs. They often give your agent just 200 tokens of perfectly digestible information. They also use local SQLite mirrors, which basically just means they store data locally on your machine to completely bypass those frustrating API rate limits and slow round trips. You can chain these commands together super fast, and because they authenticate once and hold the token locally, the operational speed is literally unmatched.
Next up, Section 4, Introducing Printing Press, the Unified Library. So, what does this all mean for you? How can you actually deploy this without having to write complex code from scratch? Well, the answer is a groundbreaking new tool called Printing Press. It acts as both a library of pre-built connections and a factory to build your very own custom agent tools. Imagine needing your AI to interact with a specific website, but there's no official way to do it. Printing Press steps right in to solve exactly that, giving you a super easy natural language way to spin up highly efficient CLI tools on demand.
Printing Press gives your AI agents instant, efficient access to vital business and data platforms that traditionally lack clean or public APIs. Right out of the box, this library gives you access to platforms like School, Craigslist, Shopify, and TikTok Shops. And here's the kicker. Some of these sites actively protect against scraping, or they just don't offer an API at all. But Printing Press can navigate them, sometimes even using a real background browser session to pull exactly what your agent needs natively. Let's bring it home with Section 5, Building Custom Business Workflows, Easy Setup.
The setup process here is remarkably simple for anyone. First, install the free Go programming language made by Google. Second, provide your AI agent, like Claude Code, for example, with the Printing Press repository links. And third, just ask it in natural English to reverse engineer a target site into a fast CLI tool for you. That's it. You do not need to be a senior developer. The AI does all the heavy lifting. It researches the site, generates the Go code, and tests the tool itself until you have a perfectly working, token-efficient command line interface.
As this quote really underscores, you are no longer limited by expensive enterprise integrations or missing official APIs to automate your business. If there's a niche piece of software, a specific vendor portal, or an internal dashboard that your business absolutely relies on, you can now effectively command your AI agent to build your own hyper-efficient bridge directly to that data.
So, I'll leave you with this question. What core workflows could your business automate today if you didn't need official API access to your favorite platforms? The possibilities for lean, cost-effective automation are entirely wide open when you make the switch from bloated APIs and MCPs to dedicated command line interfaces. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.